Hey folks, it's Brent with the Downing Group. This week we're going to talk about most important things you can do as a seller. Hey, so welcome back. This week we have our special guest, one of our senior listing specialists, Laura Moy. She is probably one of our biggest rock stars. You know, she lists and sells more houses than anyone on our team. And she does a great job. And I thought, let's talk to her this week about what's the most important things you can do as a homeowner to sell your house, maybe a few of the mistakes. So, Laura, what do you think? What's the most important thing that you would want to tell a seller, or a few of them, in terms of getting their house sold for top dollar and as soon as they can?
Well, a big strategy that I use is to encourage people to get ready before they put their house on the market, because if you're trying to make changes after you get the negative feedback, that often doesn't work out so well. So a lot of times it makes more sense to take a few extra weeks, get the house absolutely ready, and then list the house on the market.
So like staging and repairs, things like that?
Right, and painting and that type of thing, to take a little extra time on the front end so that the house sells much more quickly on the back end.
Right, because buyers are pretty sensitive in today's market. If they see a bunch of little stuff, then it ends up adding up to kind of a big red flag a lot of times, right?
Right, and sometimes sellers will say, well, I don't want to fool with that. And I always think, well, the buyer might feel the same way.
Right.
So it makes a little more sense to just go ahead and take care of those things for a quicker sale.
Especially easy stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. What else? What are a couple other important things that people should keep in mind when they're selling their house?
Well, the thing I wish for the most, I feel like a lot of people are afraid to bring in an agent until way too late. I wish people would call me so early, and I could come by the house and just say, hey, don't waste your money on that, or oh, this is really where you're going to make your money. I think people are afraid to call us because we're going to give them the hard sell or something, but we're not like that at all. We're all about just helping you get the most for your house. And so even a year out, I do listing appointments all the time where the people are just thinking, hey, what can I do in the next 6 months so that when I am ready, I will have made the right decisions with my money.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, don't spend any money on your house getting it ready for sale until you've had us out there, because, look, I know, there's a lot of stuff online. There's a lot of stuff that we watch on TV, but we sell more houses than anybody in the Midlands. Probably we'll end up selling at least 400 houses this year alone. So we see what buyers like, don't like, what matters. And I just don't want you to waste money on things that you're not going to get a return on, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, no doubt. Give me one other important thing.
I think if you have an older house, like if your house is 10 or 15 years old, sometimes it can be a really good idea to go ahead and have it inspected, so that if there's anything that you might not be aware of, you can go ahead and take care of that and not risk a sale or scaring away your potential buyer. So I think that's a really good idea as well.
Yeah, great point. And, I've seen that happen. You're right. I mean, people see a long list of stuff and it's just unaddressed things. I mean, if it's a newer home, probably not. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal, right?
Right.
I mean, there's always a list. Buyers always have a list, I've found. But, I just want to add one other thing, and we talk about this all the time, and that's price. Don't overprice your house. It's no big deal to try for the upper end of what the range might be. But if we go above that, well, all we're doing is we're wasting our time. We're missing out on good buyers. So, all right, great. Good information. What do you think the biggest mistake is that sellers make when they go to sell their house?
I agree with the price comment. I think that's a big mistake. What I hear sellers say a lot is, what's the harm? And so I would like to go ahead and answer that. The harm is that the house sits for 3 or 4 or 6 months, and then we have buyers saying, what's wrong with the house?
Yeah.
And really, there's nothing wrong with the house at all. The price was just a little too high.
Yeah, and agents will be calling about that too. So there's a few pointers for you. I mean, it's not the entire graduate course on selling your house, when you call us or have us come by, we'll give you the graduate course and show you exactly what you need to know to get your home sold for the most money in today's market. So feel free to call us here at the Downing Group or DM us on our Facebook page, and have a great week.